Joined here by New Mexico head coach Bob Davie. And Coach, you're set to begin your third season there with the Lobos. Has it been everything you expected, this building process?
The only surprise for me from the negative standpoint, being quite honest, was just the roster, the situation the roster is in when we first came in. Just the overall numbers of players in the program, how many players had left the program. That's the only thing that surprised me at all in a negative way. All the other things have been positives. And, I'm so excited. I'm so fortunate to have this opportunity. We have worked our tails off now for 2 years as players and coaches. And I think we're about ready now to start getting some momentum and getting this thing going.
Offensively last year, roughly 8 out of every 10 plays you ran the football, which is not going to be a surprise to anyone. But Casey Carrier, no longer there. Do you expect that ratio to still be in that 75 to 80% range?
I think it may be a little bit more balanced, but let's not kid ourselves. The niche, the thing that gives us the best chance to compete right now as we continue to build this roster is to be able to run the football, particularly with some option football. But, we've had so many opportunities in the passing game the last 2 years that we've not been able to take advantage of. So I don't know that the percentage is going to dramatically change, but I hope the efficiency changes into where when we have that home run opportunity, we can take advantage of it. Because, our opponents will attest to this. There's been some great opportunities there. We haven't been able to get the ball to our receivers.
Defense, a year more experience. You go out and get some JUCO players, make some staff changes on the defense. What excites you about that side of the
First of all, our staff. Kevin Cosgrove is our defensive coordinator. Cos and I go back a long way. He was with Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin for about 12 years. He left there, went to Nebraska, was at Minnesota. He's our coordinator. Then there's 2 coaches that I brought in. Chuck McMillan, our secondary coach, was at 4 years at Texas A&M, 5 years at TCU. Barry Sachs was with Chris Auld at Nevada for about 12 years. Comes from Cal Berkeley, our defensive line coach. Both those coaches I tried to hire when I first got the job at New Mexico and couldn't get it done. I love our defensive staff right now. It's really a good staff. And the timing's perfect because we have some really, really good, young, talented players that have a tremendous upside, but they need coached. So I'm really excited about it. I think we have a chance to get something going on defense.
So on paper, you've got a much improved defense. Offensively, rushing-wise, you were I think 4th in the nation last year. But still, people predict you to be in the low single digits in wins. Why aren't people starting to believe, you think?
I think that's legit. We have so many players. First of all, let's go on the past. What it's been. We've won 7 games in 2 years. New Mexico had won 7 games the prior 4 years before I got there. There's not a tradition of winning right now. We've come close. We've played competitively. But I think even more than that, if you sit down and look at our 2 deep right now, there's a lot of names on there that people have never heard of. Our fans have never heard of. But I'm telling you, they're good players. They're not like guys that are just coming in. We've been able to redshirt some players. We've been able to develop some guys that played early, and then we didn't play them last year. We've got some good young players that no one's heard of. I think it's fair that we're ranked wherever we're ranked right now.
Define a successful season for New Mexico this year.
I think it's pretty simple to me. I mean, look at our program again and say this program has now gained traction. It now has a foundation. They have momentum. It's not going to continue to be a little bit up and a little bit down and then way down. It's going to get better and better and better and better. And the guys that we see out there playing, I love how they play. I love the style of play. They know what their identity is. But also, these guys that are playing are going to be back for years and years.
Well, you sold me. A lot of optimism at New Mexico. Coach, thanks very much. Best of luck this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For continuing coverage of the Mountain West Conference Football Media Days from Las Vegas, keep it here to CampusInsiders.com.